everyone, it's Evangeline here at Etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at our TruXedo Deuce Soft Tonneau cover, and we'll see how it fits here on our 2022 Ram 3500. What makes a Deuce 2 special compared to other tonneau covers is that not only does it have access at the back towards the tailgate like any other tonneau cover, but you can also open the front panel. So if you need to get into, let's say, your TruXedo Toolbox, like what we have here, or other items in your truck bed, this is going to be a great way to do so. This is going to be a low profile tonneau cover. It only sits 3/4 of an inch above your truck bed rails, and since it installs inside that truck bed, you also have access to your stake pockets if you want to install anything onto the side of your truck. As for the material, this is going to be a leather grain fabric with a vinyl coat. So that's going to provide protection of your cargo inside your truck bed, but also hold up to those UV rays to resist fade. Here at Etrailer, we have a fit guide where you put your year, make, and model at the top of the page and then select the tonneau cover for you. The reason this is going to be important is because we have our TruXedo Deuce installed on our 8-foot long bed. There's another version of this available for the shorter bed, so make sure to get the correct tonneau cover. If you need access to the tonneau cover, there is a latch on the side, so you have to lower your tailgate, and then you can pull on that latch, which then disengages that cover. With this being a larger bed, I found it much easier to roll up the tonneau cover from inside. Also with this being a taller truck. So that is something to be mindful of. If you need to roll this up, the bows just roll along the rails until you get to the cab where it can all be secured. So in the closed position, you're gonna have these flexible straps with a hook at the end that can secure into the loop on each side. This will give you pretty much full access into your truck bed, but since the rails install inside your bed, this is gonna take about 2.5 inches of width on each side. So if you want to maximize your cargo space, that's a measurement to think about. Also, the tonneau cover, when rolled up, is going to sit 5.5 inches above those rails, which is really low profile. In fact, it barely goes over the bottom of our window here, giving you full visibility through that window and your rear view mirror. So if you have an in-bed camera on your truck, rolling up your tonneau cover allows you to still have that full visibility of whatever you're hauling. So if you do want to drive around with your tonneau cover installed, but cargo in the bed, you can keep it in this compact rolled up position. A note though is if you want to open up that front end, that's not going to be a driving position, that's going to have to be down. Another feature to these rails is that you will also see the hook and loop strips moving back and forth. That is actually the floating hook design. So if you find that your tonneau cover needs quick and easy adjustment, you can actually pull the cover back and forth to get that tension without having to reinstall and uninstall the clamps. To install this is going to be very simple, since the main things you're just going to have to do is clamp the whole assembly to your truck. The first thing you need to do is you get the under bed rails installed. There's going to be a driver side and a passenger side, and they're just going to stop towards the front, so not the full rail system. You're going to have 2 clamps on each side that will secure that underbody rail to the truck. After that, you're then going to install the top rails, and all of these clamps are going to be secured with your 1/2-inch socket. I recommend having the clamps as high as possible as you secure them, and I just do them evenly throughout the truck bed before tightening them all secure. Now, the best way to attach your cover is have the cover sitting on your truck bed rails. Then you can fold over those rails and have them line up with the cover. And then you secure it with 2 bolts, again using your 1/2-inch socket. With both sides secure, you can then lift the whole thing into the latches. Make sure to line up the striker pins on each side. If everything fits through and latches, then that's it for the assembly install. Now to attach your short tie bars. Here's some tricks and tips here, just because it might get a little confusing. Make sure that your straps are inside the bar. You're then gonna have to remove the tape on that tie bar, pull on that latch to make sure it matches up with that ball on your rails. And then once that's in place, you then push it in and that should lock. So that's gonna be the same on both sides. To see if everything lines up well, we're gonna unroll our cover. And while we do this, we're gonna push down on the hook and loop sides just to make sure we have good tension. Now this is best done during the warmest part of the day, but if you do need to adjust the tension, it's gonna be over at the end by the tailgate. You can rotate this large bolt here with a flathead screwdriver, and this is gonna tighten or loosen the tension of the cover. But to test that you have correct tension, a good job is when you can latch your tonneau cover. It looks like it has a lot of tautness to it, and I'm able to close the tailgate and still have a good seal all around. That's how you know that you installed your tonneau cover correctly. So if you're looking for a really compact, low profile soft tonneau cover that also gives you access into your toolbox if you have one installed in your Ram truck, this is gonna be a great option for you. I highly recommend it once you get to the larger truck bed sizes, just because if you have a lot of cargo area, that's a lot of area you have to cover in order to get to things. So this is gonna be a great option for you in your truck. Just make sure to check out our fit guide to again get the right size for you. And if you wanna look and see how that tonneau mate toolbox that matches perfectly with this, well, you can find that on our website. But today, this was a look at the TruXedo Deuce 2 soft roll-up tonneau cover on the 2022 Ram 3500.